Yes, sir. Ski. This the Hood Analyst Podcast where we talk about that real hood shh. Now today, we got an interesting guest. This person isn't a rapper. This person isn't a singer. This person isn't anybody that we have interviewed before. This guy is a content creator, YouTuber. So I'm very interested in speaking to this dude. But first, I have to tell you guys, like and subscribe. Come on, we've been doing this for a while now. We're giving y'all the content. And you know how the YouTube algorithms and all that stuff work. Long story short, hit that like button, man. And I'm going to have my guest introduce himself. I am Rambo.
What's good, y'all? Look, it's I Am Rambo, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, I Am Rambo2X. I do YouTube. Make sure y'all tap in, I Am Rambo. And yeah.
Okay, so the first question I have for you is an obvious question. I'm not too into the YouTube verse. I just been introduced to it through this podcast. How did you get into creating YouTube content?
I ain't gonna lie. I've been with my brothers and sisters, I've been watching YouTube since I was young and just watching them do it. I was like, let me do this shit. So I used to set up the camera and just do these pranks and shit. All these videos, and I've been doing this when I was young, and my videos was hitting though. I was getting 1K views.
Okay.
As a young kid, my subscribers going up. I was really doing good and shit, but I was not being consistent and shit.
Got you. Okay. All right. So you make content, and there's a lot of content creators on YouTube. There's different subgenres. Do you want to explain to the people exactly what you do? Are you an entertainer? Is it self-help? Let the people know exactly what you do.
Basically, so I do a lot actually. It's just entertaining on Reels, Instagram. I do those type of skits and stuff. I do pranks, vlogs. I be vlogging a lot. Yeah, basically stuff like that.
Okay, all right. What kind of pranks do you do? Are you the type of YouTuber that goes into the public stores, Walmart and shit like that? So you interacting with strangers?
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
I interact with strangers, and I'll do some other shit with my friends or anybody else that I do YouTube with and shit.
Got you. Would you say that it takes a certain type of grit or confidence to do content with strangers? Because I know a lot of people who are more shy and introverted, they can't even imagine speaking to a complete stranger. How much grit and confidence does it take to walk up to somebody and be like, I do YouTube?
You really gotta have confidence for that shit, because me personally, I don't really I be folded sometimes, because I don't like bothering people in public.
Okay.
Just bothering them, but once I bother one person, then it's all right, I got energy, I'm about to just keep bothering people.
Heard you.
So yeah, it's you gotta be bold when it comes to it. Cause you don't know how they gonna react and shit. They be wilding.
Heard you. Yeah, I think it takes a lot of confidence and grit and determination. You know where you want to be, and you might have to do things that you don't want to do. Yeah. Is there anything that challenged you besides walking up to people and just starting conversations? When you became a YouTuber, what challenges? Anybody that wants to be a YouTuber, what would you tell them and how to maneuver?
No funny shit. Importantly, don't be scared to hold the camera in front of anybody, especially because being in public holding the camera, you get nervous sometimes. Because everybody just staring at you, they just all eyes on you when you walk in a building or anything with a camera. Don't be scared to hold the camera up and just be you when you're on camera. Just be yourself, because people gonna fuck with you for you feel me? How you act and shit. So yeah, just
heard you. Okay, all right. Have you ever ran into any trouble or maybe a confrontation doing YouTube videos in public places? I know some people could be hostile. Has that ever happened?
I mean, yeah, I had an incident in Walmart. That video on I posted on Instagram. It did good numbers, but it was with this kid, the security guard. Basically, yeah, we had an argument and shit. It almost got real, but at the end of the day, you feel me? I'm the menace in this shit, so
okay,
I gotta keep it cool,
of course.
But other than that, I had did a video on a golf course, and then the cops got involved. they actually like sent me a letter to go to court and shit. Cause they said it was trespassing. The person I was bothering complaint, and it was in where I lived at. It was where I lived at. So all the police, they know me, you feel me? Because I went to school there and shit, all that. So they already knew me and shit. So,
okay, all right. What would you say is the funniest piece of content that you made? Your personal favorite. I don't give a fuck about the views. I don't give a fuck about any of that. What's something that you want the fans to go watch right now? Your funniest piece.
If y'all go on my channel, watch Slide on the Ops prank. It was like, that shit was like 2 years ago, a year ago. I feel like that was the funniest content because we was really like trolling my mans in the back seat. Like we made it seem like we was really gonna slide on somebody. We gave him a ski mask. We had guns. We actually drove to like the hood.
You one of those.
Yeah, like I actually drove to the hood and shit. Like, and I was gonna have people like actually come out. Like I was actually gonna like, it was wild.
Oh
like,
my goodness.
So he really believed this shit. But yeah, y'all go check that out.
That's harsh. Shame on you for that. You out here torturing the good people of the community, man, making it seem like they about to get robbed or some shit.
If I do a prank, I gotta extend it, bro.
Okay, all right. Besides the actual content, what has being a YouTuber taught you? Because I know you got to be consistent. It takes a certain amount of discipline. You probably have a schedule of when you upload videos and all that. And if you don't, I suggest you do. But what life lessons and skills have you learned from being a YouTuber? Because a lot of people is like, oh, he a YouTuber. It's not a real job. But nah, it's working this shit.
Like I hate when people say that shit because like, especially like when I record in public and people get mad, that's they always throw that shit in like, oh, get a real job. Like what? They be like, get a real job. But literally, like niggas be making money off this shit.
That's a fact.
Doing good. Like
that's a fact.
So I don't know why they be saying that, but like just being patient, definitely, because like rushing content, like even though like that should be stressful, no funny shit. Like just trying to get some content out, but I suggest you just be patient with it. Like don't be trying to put out no bad content. Just to throw some shit out there, you feel me?
Got you. I asked you just earlier as the question of the day, but you can get deeper into it. You are garnering some attention online. You got a significant amount of followers. Let's do the before and after. How did people treat you when you were first starting off and you only had 100 followers, 200, and you like, yo, I make content, this is what I do. And contrast to where you are now with over 10K followers. Have people treated you differently? What's the difference between having 100 followers and 10K followers?
All right, so real shit from before, people wasn't like taking none of my shit serious. Like when I try to ask somebody, be in a video, let's do this, let's do that, it was just like, they don't take that shit serious, you feel me? Like I wasn't getting taken serious at all. So like, especially like just tapping in with me and shit, like nobody was paying me no mind. Like it was just harder to get more videos out, you feel me? I had to do shit on my own basically. But since, you feel me, I got more followers and shit, people tapped in, people want to help out, join, just make videos and shit.
Of course.
So it's just easier to do shit now.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people look at a person that has whatever they think is a lot of followers and tries to treat them like a star or a celebrity. But I think that the people who make the content, they realize once you hit 10K, it's like, okay.
Yeah, that's how I feel like it's nothing for it. Like once I hit like more than that, I mean it's still something, but you feel me? Like that's more of accomplished to me.
I feel you. How have the ladies been treating you when it comes to making YouTube content? Because I know that YouTube is ubiquitous now. It's everywhere. You can get 1 billion views on YouTube. So I know the women are in tune to what you're doing. Have they been treating you nicely?
Of course. Especially in Miami. If you know, you know. Miami was a movie with the, like, it was just easy.
Okay, all right.
Having the camera out and shit.
You made a lot of content out there?
Yeah, it was jumping.
Okay.
It was mostly content. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't get to enjoy myself out there. Like, I enjoyed myself, but like, it was mostly working.
Got you.
I'm not mad about that.
Yeah, I understand that because a lot of people on the outside looking in will probably be like, oh, this person is just living their best life. They don't got to worry about work or nothing like that, but they don't understand. When you passionate about something and you do it over and over and over again, it becomes work. That's why you really need to love the shit that you're doing, because it could get boring. So I would say anybody that's out there that want to be an aspiring YouTuber, remember, it's not just all fun and games. And Rambo will tell you that this shit gets serious. You gotta you gotta treat it like a job if you ever want to get to somewhere. If you ever want to be successful, you gotta treat it like a job. What else do I want to ask you? I'm not really into the YouTube verse like that. That's why it's cool talking to somebody like this. Give me some traits that anybody who wants to be a YouTuber in your lane when it comes to entertainment and pranks, what character traits should that person have to be the best YouTuber they can be?
Honestly, well, obviously, when it comes to like being a YouTuber, like you gotta entertain the people. You feel me? People like to laugh at your shit. They like to laugh at your shit. Like you could be, and it's okay to be weird in your own way. You feel me? Because people will be interested in that. Like, yo, there's something about him. Like, why he act like this? And people will enjoy watching you. So like, just be funny, entertain, be yourself. Cause I feel like I ain't gonna lie. Cause like back then when I used to do YouTube and shit, like I started like learning shit from it. You feel me? Like I wasn't being myself. Like I was on the camera being mad serious. You feel me?
Okay.
Like why am I serious on the camera? You feel me? Like,
of course.
I was just being mad serious, and then like I started loosening up, just let me be loose, and it just be feeling better just being in front of the camera, not having to like feel me.
Got you. You start learning. You start hearing your voice on the camera. Because I remember when I started rapping and I heard my voice on the track for the first time, I was like, "What the fuck? This shit sound dumb." But like you said, I'm pretty sure when you first started YouTube videos, you probably were out of character, didn't know who you were really. But that's not a reason to stop. That's a reason to keep on going, because you're going to learn. You're going to learn about yourself. You're going to learn about other people. What else do I want to ask? When it comes to making YouTube videos, how do you come up with the idea for a piece of content?
I ain't gonna lie. Some days, like, it be hard, like, thinking of ideas. Like if I try to get an idea, I either just like, I take time to really think about what I want to do. But there'll be moments where I just like, it depends what setting I'm in. You feel me? Like you could feed off ideas off the setting you in. So if I'm in a car and I got like one of my mans and a girl in the back, I'm gonna think, let me do a blind date. Or like if I got like a girl and then I got 3 homies, I'll be like, let me do like a speed date. Have like 3 other people pull up.
Gotcha.
So being in a setting is like, it helps you bring up ideas and shit. But it'd be hard too. Like that's why people go on YouTube and look at what other people do.
Of course, yeah.
And try to like either do the same shit or just like try to change it up. Like, oh, what if I do this instead? You feel me?
Of course.
But I be stressing with ideas. I ain't gonna lie. That shit be hard.
You'll get better at it. You're gonna get better at it.
That shit gonna flow.
You'll get there. You'll get there. So you've done the blind date format type of videos.
I did one, but I didn't make it like on some like wild shit. It was just like genuine. It was like a genuine one. Like it was just all talking,
Okay.
Shit.
What did you learn? How did it go? What was the layout and the setting? Because we do talk about women and men and dating and all that. What did you learn from that? Like how did you implement it? How did it play out? And what did you learn from it?
So it was actually at a video shoot. It was actually at a video shoot in Philly, and then I was with one of my mans. I brought him. He do YouTube too, and we actually came with this one girl, and then we was just like, yo, the studio video was taking long, so we was just like, bro, I'm about to get my own content in. So I was like, yo, let's just go on a blind date. So they went on a blind date. You feel me? Was in there entertaining a little bit. I left the car to get some food. I was hungry. Left them in there alone. I thought they did something in the backseat or like was getting to it. But they ain't do nothing for real. Yeah, so it was taking long and shit. So I was like, let's do this blind date. It went good. It was talking about like what they like in a female, the nigga, you feel me? It was talking about a lot. It was just getting deep, like deep with themselves, you feel me? Really
Okay.
getting to know each other. It was like those type of blind dates, not like the other freaky shit. They was really trying to get to know each other. They was talking about like their past relationship, all that.
Got you. Okay, all right, all
Yeah.
right. Do you personally think that you can find a quality relationship doing stuff like that, going out on, speed dates and things like that?
Then, in my experience, like, cause I've been on like blind dates and shit.
Mhm.
So like it never works after, like trying to actually find somebody after that. Like it never works. I don't know why. It just be like one video, text a little here and there, and it just be. I mean, I feel like you could probably start like a little YouTube series with that.
Got you. Okay, all right. Do you think that people act differently when a camera's on them?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Like, cause some people just like, I don't know, like I be feeling like some people fake energy on camera. Like, why you faking the energy? Like, sometimes having that fake energy on the camera could just like bring other fake energy. Just be you on camera, you feel me?
Of course. We do talk about the shorties on this show. Do you think okay, let's start normal, regular.
All right.
Can you give me one thing that women don't understand about men? Maybe it was a relationship that you had with a shorty, it could be a situationship or something, and it was something that she didn't understand about you.
Didn't understand.
Yes.
That's a tough question.
I know I asked tough questions.
Yeah. Didn't understand.
It could be anything. Maybe the time you spend on your craft with YouTube. Maybe she didn't understand that you need alone time sometimes. It could be anything. Anything. Just one thing that women don't understand about men. So when they watching this, they could be like, oh, okay, now I get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's cool to say I don't know.
What you got? What you got one thing?
Yes, I do. I think that I have plenty of things. Let me think of what I want to say because I've said a lot of things on the show already. I think that a lot of women don't understand that, at least for me, I tend to speak for all men on this show, but I'm going to speak for me and let's see if other men relate. Let's see if you relate. No, it's no way that I'm going to come into a relationship and not be the rock, the provider, the strong side of the relationship. I want to put myself in the position to be able to take care of my girl, my family, whoever I end up having kids with. I want to be that person that they look up to. They're Superman. I think that's just inside of my body, my soul. I think that's how God created me to be. And I also think that other men are like that as well. I've been in relationships with women who didn't allow me to be that Superman. They want to fight with you and try to wear the pants as well, not knowing that I feel like a healthy man don't want his girl to be working all the time and trying to make the decisions and wear the pants in the relationship. We come into the relationship wanting to handle everything. So I think a lot of women don't understand that about me. And I'm going to say that a lot of men are like that. Can you?
Nah, I could definitely relate to that. Like, because I definitely want to wear the pants in a relationship.
Absolutely.
Same time being the provider and shit. I always been like that, but you know how like some men don't like being a provider, like they be on some like, I'm not about to do this for nobody. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. What you think about that? You think that's just being childish at that point? Or that's just how some people are for real?
I think that me personally, I think that every man has a responsibility to take care of something or someone. You can't just, now, if you want to be single for the rest of your life and be a bachelor, cool, I understand that. But any man that's getting into a relationship, I think that you should be the one that's like, look, I'm going to hold us down. I'm going to make the final decisions. I expect you, and I'm going to create an environment for you to be able to follow me. I think that's how most men are. So that's my my answer to that, I think if you're not like that as a man, it's okay. It's okay. It's not a bad thing, but I truly believe that most men on the planet are innately like that. So if there is anybody out there who don't want to take responsibility, cool, I understand that. But I think it's the very, very, very small minority. I think the majority of men want to be the provider, the head of the household, and take care of anything that's around them. Make everyone around them make their lives easier. Because I'm pretty sure you do YouTube. I do this. I do music. We open up businesses and try to prosper in life. And it's not only just for us. Like, I want to take care of my moms, my pops. They did so much for me. I think that's just how most men are.
For my shit though, like the question you asked, mine is like, so if y'all watching this, just know, like I'm really laid back.
Okay.
Like I'm chill. Like, I'm really laid back and chill. So like, but I be like that. Like when I first get around people, like females, like that I don't want to fuck with, because like it's like I like reading people. You know what I mean? Like,
Me too.
I really like sit and read people. Like if you knew you come in the building and you hang around with us, I'm starting to see you. Like I don't be talking. I just read you first. You feel me? So like I be taking my time reading, and I'll loosen up eventually. You feel me?
Of course.
Once I loosen up, you gonna love it here. So that's really how it is.
Heard you. Do you have a team of other people running your YouTube channel, or is it just you dolo?
It's me just dolo, but I'm kind of building a team slowly. You feel me? Like I got 2 cameramans. I don't got a manager yet. I don't need a manager, but I need somebody to like run a couple platforms. You feel me?
Okay.
I do got somebody in mind and shit, but I'm just taking my time, really building the team and shit. Just
got you.
Making sure I got the right people for it.
Got
really
you.
in it.
Okay. Do you have any underlying message that you are promoting through your YouTube videos? Like, let's say with this, we speak to people in the hood, we speak to women, we have relationship content, we do all of that. But my number one goal is to bring people together, men and women, get them on the same track with what they want and being able to compromise and give each other what they want in a relationship. I know you make entertaining content, but do you have like a goal or a message that you want to get through to the people? Have you ever thought about that?
I ain't gonna lie, I never thought about it.
Okay.
But that's a good thing to think about. So if I don't have one, I'll definitely leave here today thinking about, what message. And I'm glad you brought that up too, because like I'll be thinking like, what message do I want to really bring out to my audience and shit, and people who watch me. So
yeah, because pardon me, continue.
I was really gonna say I don't really have anything in mind, but like that was a good question.
Yeah. I'm glad you were open. I'm glad you were honest, and you will come up with it. It'll hit you. But even though you're in the entertainment business, I think that, having a story about who you are, maybe you could just be doing this to show other YouTubers that it's possible. So whatever it is that you land on, I wish you the best with that. And I think it's a very healthy thing to think about that kind of message, because it's a lot of content out here right now on YouTube, on TikTok, that's I consider detrimental to the community. When it comes to that, making YouTube videos, it's I'm pretty sure it takes up a lot of your time. I don't know if you're still a working man as well. If so, do you have like a sort of work-life balance when it comes to making YouTube videos and maintaining your priorities in life?
Yeah. I mean, it's always been like that. It's just like, when you gotta make a video, I usually just like, it depends what time I'm gonna make a video. Say if I'm gonna make some shit like at 3 o'clock, I'm trying to be out by 3 o'clock to do a video. It's like I put everything aside, make that video. Sometimes the video go on longer than that. Like it don't just be like, that could be like a 5-hour video. Like the thing I did in Walmart, that shit took like 4 hours.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, like 4-hour video in there. But it seems so short, but it really took mad long. So like shit like that. I don't work right now though. I'm not working.
Okay.
I'm self-employed.
Got you.
So
What about editing and all that stuff? A lot of the things that go behind the scenes that people don't see. How is that when it comes to editing? Is it time consuming? Have you learned?
Yeah, I learned a lot from editing. Like me editing, like I self-taught my shit, like myself. Like, you know, people like people come to me to help them edit, teach them. Like I really was teaching people how to edit and shit. I really taught everything myself. Like, I was just playing with it. I used to just play with it, just like, what's this? Just play with the editing. But it really be taking hours, depending on what video really you got. But that should be taking long, bro.
Got you. Okay. It sounds your content sounds cool. I was watching a few videos and all that. I'm gonna be honest, it's not really my thing. I'm not the type of person that goes on YouTube for entertainment. I go on YouTube to learn shit. So I will support. I will be watching and checking to see if you're dropping content and all that. And if you make me laugh, I will comment and laugh. But it's not my expertise. That's not my thing. I don't really care to laugh too much. I have a lot of laughter in my life, so I don't need to go online to look for it. But there are a lot of people who need what you're doing. Laughter is a medicine in itself. So I respect you. I wish you the best. I want you to go far. Hopefully one day you'll have million subscribers and I'll be like, yo, I interviewed that guy on a Hood Analyst. He was a cool dude. I respect him. I love what he's doing. With that being said, we also talk about women on this show. And the shorties, it's a lot of variety out here.
A lot.
When it comes to a woman, what's your type?
You what?
My type? Yeah, I really like, all right, so I like short girls. I like light skins.
Okay.
I really like them Dominicans.
Okay.
We don't love Dominican girls. Like, but I really go for light skins, to be honest. Like, y'all know my past lineup. I really had like straight light skins.
Heard you. Okay. All right. So we both heterosexual. We both deal with women. So I'm pretty sure we've been through a lot of similar trials and tribulations with the women. If you've gone through this, could you define an attitude problem for the ladies? Have you ever been with a shorty that just didn't get it? Maybe you were simple, straightforward, and direct, and she still is just coming back at you. A lot of women don't even understand that they have that habit. Could you define what you think an attitude problem is?
Attitude problem is like, I feel like if you just have a problem with like little shit all the time, like what is you getting mad at? You feel me? Like, why are you getting mad at this? Like, just having an attitude, simple shit. That shit, honestly, like girls with attitude problem, like I stay away from those.
Got you.
Cause I don't like feeling stressed. Like I don't even do the arguing shit.
I agree.
Like,
Yeah.
So that attitude shit, like I don't try to be around that.
Okay. All right.
But I definitely had a girl who had an attitude. Like she was crazy too. Attitude and crazy together. That's a bad mix.
Wow. Well, at least you learned from it. I think every man needs to go through it because it will be, if it was a perfect world and you just picked the first girl that you got with and she was perfect, cool, but it ain't like that. It is not like that. When it comes to women, what's the sexiest thing that they can wear?
Sexiest thing they can wear. Honestly, I like a girl in a sundress.
Just talk to them. I be trying to tell them all the time that
like,
sneaker shit and all that, trying to dress like niggas, that shit is out. Elaborate.
Like, if you really come outside like looking girly and shit, like that's mad attractive. You feel me? Like, yeah, you could put that shit on. I like girls who could put it on too, but like you coming out with sundress, really girly and shit, that's attractive. Like I fuck with that.
Hell yeah. I think a lot of women should take that into consideration. I mean, I know a lot of y'all, not all y'all, but a lot of y'all don't give a fuck how men feel. But for the ones who do, if you want to, attract a man and get more quality experiences with us, I think, dress a little bit more feminine, be a little bit more, and own being a woman. Own it. Stop trying to be like us. That's the best advice I can give y'all with that. I also had a comment on another video that was saying this woman didn't even know what dressing would. I also had another comment on another video. This woman didn't even know what dressing like a woman was. And that made me realize if she's asking that question, it's a lot of older women that are not passing down the traditions, the values, the elegance of a woman, a mature woman. When it comes to actually taking someone seriously, give us one quality that a woman must have to you.
Quality as in like what?
All right, for me, I'll answer the question first. Yeah. She must be willing to grow. She must be willing to listen. She must be a cheerful person. I don't want to hang out around with nobody who complains and bitches all the time. Those are some examples. When you're looking for a girl that you're going to lock down, what's something that she must have? Like a part of her personality. Because I know a lot of men just go on, oh, she look good, I'm a fuck. We end up fucking a little bit. We in a relationship now. That's what I'm trying to stop men from doing.
Honestly, she must be genuine. I really like the genuine girl.
Okay, all right.
Like, genuine. You need to know how to, your ways of respecting people, you know what I mean? And just, big on principles. You feel me? Like, I feel like these women look at the bigger picture and not at the small shit that matters, you feel me? Because if I fuck with a girl who look at the principles, like you look at the small shit, I fuck with that.
Got you. Okay, all right. Speaking of that, do you think social media affects a woman's psyche and maybe their core values and principles? Because it's a lot of influence out here, maybe like Twitter, where you could go on Twitter and you could see a whole bunch of opinions from a whole bunch of different people who walk totally different walks of life from you. So it can affect your mind. How do you think social media affects a woman's mind? And is it in a negative way, a positive way, or both?
It could be both.
Okay.
It really depends on, I feel like it depends on who you are. Like, if you want to take it in a positive way, then you're going to take it in a positive way. If you want to take it in a negative way, then you're going to take it in a negative way. But definitely in our generation now, bruh, it's been negative so far. They let social media get to their head too much. Way too much.
Yeah.
They be living in that social media world. That's not it for real.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Ladies, I don't want to hurt you guys' feelings, but just on the outside looking in and knowing so many women and seeing online and seeing it in my community, a lot of women will deny this, but I truly believe this. Women are easily influenced. So you need to have the right role models in your life to become a better person. Because if you got, I'm not even going to name any of these bitches, but if you got horrible role models, you're going to end up being a horrible woman. With that being said, do you think that a woman's friends defines who she is? Now, let's say it's a girl that you think is a good girl, but she hangs out with more of the promiscuous type. Do you put her in that category just because her friends are like that? Or do you give the individual some credit and be like, look, I know your friends is super thoughts, but you're not. I'm gonna fuck with you. Which one is it? Yeah, I get right with the questions.
I don't know, because it's so say she, because it's really hard, because if you don't know too much about her, especially if you just start talking to her and shit, you could peep, she be cool in this, that, but her friends be doing this. So what if she out with her friends doing the same thing they be doing? In my opinion, that's what I think. I feel like if you hang with a group, then
I agree.
Because everybody hang around people you feel me, have similarities to and shit. Like me, I have niggas that I be with all the time because we all the same and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But some females really be holding it down. They don't be on that shit. But I don't be going for that. I don't be thinking they really.
Yeah, it's possible that someone can be their own individual person and not be exactly like the friends that they hang around, but it's rare.
It's
very rare.
Yeah, like that shit rare. It's possible though, but that shit really rare.
Yeah, it's very rare. Most people are just like their friends. They got a lot in common. A lot of people, especially in today's age, only hang out with people who totally agree with them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't hang out with anybody that has different hobbies, different interests. Like, for example, a good friend of mine, he's a sneakerhead. Probably got over 100 sneakers. I know this man do. Me personally, I own 5 pairs of shoes. Not even just sneakers, 5 pairs of shoes alone. Everybody who knows me knows that I don't give a fuck about no sneakers. But one of my best friends is and the engineer here. They all into the sneaker thing. But guess why we get along? Because I respect them and they respect me. So, like I said, it's very rare to find a woman who isn't just like her friends. I would suggest that men, I don't want to say don't give her a chance, but if she doing thought shit with her thought friends, but she's trying to tell you that she ain't like that, I would say don't believe it.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
But like,
I would say don't believe it.
How would you know for real? You ain't like, it's like you ain't seen it for yourself yet though. Like, what if you just seen like?
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that's why you're asking this question. I'm 30 years old, bro. And I'm gonna give you some game right now. 19 years old. When you go through I know people hate the old head talks, and I hate the old head talks myself, but we here and you forced to listen to it, so you're gonna listen to this shit. When I was 19, I was just like you. I gave the individual way too much credit because I'm like, yo, whatever you say, I'm gonna take, and you ain't do anything wrong yet, so I believe you until you do something wrong. But as you go through your 20s, I just turned 30 last year. I'm about to turn 31. You see patterns, man. You see that most people are more alike than they are different. And you get real good at calling out people's bullshit. You said you want to be a reader. You want to read people. You're gonna see as you observe and go through life and go to different states and go to different hoods and go to different YouTube conventions, you're gonna be like, yo, I'm meeting the same person in a different body. So you start to see the patterns and the tendencies and the women that you deal with, you're gonna be like, damn, this shorty is just like the other shorty I was dealing with. Or you're gonna be like, damn, she got the same habits as this shorty. So I don't want to sound harsh and negative, but the world we live in, it runs off of generalizations and stereotypes. So let me use the example of a stripper. She's in the club. She's stripping. She's dancing with no clothes on to entertain men. But she could have one body, right? She could never have fucked with anybody but one person. But since you're in that environment, as you grow older, you're going to realize she could be a good girl. She could not be a promiscuous girl. But perception matters so much. Just because of what you're doing, it may not be me, it may not be you, but it will be people out there who are going to judge you. And I believe that perception is reality. You're a YouTuber. If you go around the Walmarts and the malls and all of this stuff, holding that camera is your advertisement. People know that you're making content because you're holding that camera. But if you just went to the mall and tried to make content with just a phone, people are gonna be like, who the fuck is this nigga? Who is this kid? Like, the perception, you wanna take what you're doing seriously. You wanna look the part. So when people come to you with opportunities and stuff, they go, oh, he's serious. So I know I just went on a total rant, but I'm the type of guy that's like, yo, you are who you hang with. I've seen it too many times through my 20s, bro. Like, even me, I quit smoking weed 3 years ago. But just being where I'm from, being a rapper, being in the studio, I was the kid in school when I was your age at 19. Everybody knew me for never smoking and never drinking and always saying I would never do it. But I ended up smoking weed for 10 years straight every single day because I was around people who did it. So you can have that willpower. There are people out there who can fight the peer pressure, but I'ma just say choose better friends, choose good friends, choose friends that have the qualities that you want to have in your own life, because inevitably you will adopt those qualities. So that's what I'm gonna say about that when it comes to women. They usually are who they hang with. Is there any other questions that I want to get out to you when it comes to dating women? Okay. In this world, it's moving quickly. It's becoming extremely digital. Maybe in the next 10 years, more or less, we're going to be able to upload holograms of ourselves and interact in a virtual motherfucking world. So with that being said, how do you interact? And let me say this. Give us some game on how to properly DM a woman.
DM a woman.
Yep.
Damn.
Give us some game. Give us some sauce.
All right. First of all, it's so soft. All right. First of all, the hard eyes shit is dead.
Talk to him.
Nobody do that shit corny. You sign up with hard eyes. That's dead. You feel me? Usually me, when I approach a girl, I usually approach her off of like what she posts.
Okay, all right, that's a good strategy. That's
really what I be doing. Like whatever they post, if it's like a quote or like, you feel me, like just elaborate onto their quote. You feel me?
Got you.
Start getting the flirt going on from there, and then ease your way into like a conversation.
Absolutely, yeah. You want to show some interest into what they are into. Now, a lot of women make that difficult because when you go on a lot of women's pages, not all of y'all, but a lot of them, all you see is ass. I took this trip. And it's not really anything to, start conversation off of because y'all all clones. Yeah. But the women who actually show their personality through their Instagram have an advantage, because then a quality man could come in and be like, oh, I see you into Demon Slayer. I don't know, whatever. Anime, cooking. You could start a conversation off of that. So that was some good game. I definitely would have told you if it was bad game, but I subscribe to that. I definitely have met some women by, swiping up on a story and being like, oh, I know you fuck with this or whatever. Yeah.
That shit, doing shit like that leads to like a whole different conversation.
Got you. Okay. Let's think. What's the last question that I could take you out with? Let's have this conversation because we haven't had it in a while. Do you think, and this is the last question, guys, do you think that men and women can be real, genuine friends platonically, no sex? Can you be friends with a woman?
I could, yeah, because I'm friends with a lot of females without sex.
Okay.
So honestly, you could just like.
Would you fuck them? If they called you up right now, was like, Rambo, my boyfriend just broke up with me, or Rambo, I just left the club. I've been drinking and I've been thinking about you. I know you're my friend, but I'm horny and I've been thinking about you. Would you fuck them?
Yeah,
Yes, you would. So I don't think men and women could be friends. He thinks differently. You don't have to answer the question, but I think you would fuck them because I know I would.
I feel like, low-key, it really depends it really depends on your history with that person.
Okay.
Because I could really be friends with a girl and look at her as a little sister, like, nah, bro, like, I don't even want, you feel me? Like, I don't even got no sexual intentions with her.
Got you.
So, but it really depends, like, which kind of friend, you feel me? Like,
I can agree with you on that because there is one. I've had some in the past, friends that I just was friends with, but we either end up having sex or they end up getting a boyfriend or something like that and disappearing from my life. But
I mean, as long as you could like As long as you could do it, how you done it and just like stayed friends or like shit got weird?
I won't say shit got weird, but if it's an attractive woman and we friends and we hanging out every other day or twice a week or something like that, I think that it's just inevitable that somebody's gonna catch feelings or somebody is gonna try to make a move at some point. Like, think about it like this. Let's say you got a girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
You been with her for 6 years, right? But you also have a friend that you've known for 5 years. You don't think that your girl is gonna have a problem with that?
Of course.
That's why I don't think that we could be friends. If you want to be in a relationship or end up being married someday, your significant other is going to have a problem with other long-term friendships of the opposite sex because they have a problem with it because they know sex could possibly happen.
Yeah.
So I think we can be friends though under certain circumstances. Friends of a family, maybe work associates, maybe somebody that you messed with in their friend group and you didn't mess with that girl. You already messed with this girl. I'm not a messy person, so I'm not going to mess with every girl in the group. So there are some loopholes, but mostly I think that men and women cannot be friends. Yeah. So
yeah, I feel like eventually some shit gonna happen. It always happen.
Yeah, see, I converted him.
From
He knows he wants to fuck his sexy ass girlfriends. Yeah. He just don't want to say it on camera. But if they called you and was like, Rambo, we know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Finish him.
Is there anything else that you want to leave with the people? I know you create YouTube content. Do you have anything coming now? Anything like that? You could take us out, drop your YouTube name and all that, and then I'm going to leave us out with the outro.
All right. Well, this summer I'm just doing like hella studio videos and shit.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to start doing boxing. I'm going to start doing challenges. I'm really about to just start like being more creative with my videos and shit. Trying to do really new things and shit. You feel me?
Got you.
Make sure I subscribe to my channel, Iron Rambo, and follow me on Instagram, IronRambo2X.
Yes, sir. Ski. This the Hood Analyst Podcast where we talk about that real hood. Now y'all know. I gotta take us out with the most famous outro. I always say intro. Why the fuck? I was watching a video the other day and I said intro too. I gotta take y'all out with the most famous outro on YouTube. Men, get your body count up because you know women will never tell you what they like in bed. You gotta get your experience up. Level up from level 1 to level 100. Get that Charizard evolved. We don't want to just be Charmanders out here. You gotta get your experience up because women will never tell you what they like in bed. You know this. We've seen it countless times. You got to get your experience up so you can satisfy the woman that you actually have true interest in. And women, keep your body count low because a nigga will judge you based off of how many niggas you slept with. We really do it. We just gonna be honest here. We judge you. If we feel like you slept with a lot of men, we ain't gonna take you that serious. So keep your body count low or at least deceive the nigga into thinking that it's low. He will take you much more seriously. We out.